I don't know. It looks like it's working. Hello? Hi. Well, it's a weird thing. Video camera just stopped working. So I'm going to take that as a sign that maybe I shouldn't make a video. No, I am going to make a video. But I'll be more quick about it, I guess, just in case. But yeah, this is going to be video 805 and two quick stories from today I just want to share. This morning as I was walking in, the security guard helped me out. My work badge was not working, and he kind of gruffly came up, and I asked how he was. Thank you so much for your help, whatever. And he said, "Oh, you should consider yourself lucky. You're not becoming an old man like I am." And I just kind of thought for a minute, and I was like, "Yeah, I do consider myself lucky, but I'm becoming an old woman instead." And we both kind of had a good laugh about it. And as I kind of went to the elevators, I kind of thought back about the interaction that we had. And, you know, 6 years into this thing, um, I still have those moments, where I feel like maybe I'm fooling myself or I'm trying to fool someone else. Or it's not a matter of being stealth, okay? And I'm definitely myself, okay? I'm not putting on airs or, you've probably maybe you've seen some videos where tried to talk in a different voice or something, and I mean, this is it. What you see is what you get. But, it just kind of made me appreciate, a little bit about where I am and whatnot. And definitely, I mean, he would have helped anyone. That's just our company. We're not, you but it's just one of those things that it made me appreciate how far, kind of that I've come or think that I've come or whatnot. And I wasn't, I painted my nails, no makeup, blah, 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 like I said. So that's kind of cool. But then the second thing that happened was I'm training some people at work. And one of the new hires that I'm training is a young lady, probably in her mid to late 20s. And she noticed the pride flag I had in my email and had made a comment that she was also a pride flag person, which you could take that to be an ally or whatever. But for a minute, I was just sitting there going, is she trying to tell me she's trans? Because if she is, oh my gosh. But anyway, um, we were talking a little bit this morning, and I was listening. I do a lot of listening on my job. And we were talking about something, and she wrote back to me, and she said, "Yeah, girl boss type stuff." And I looked that up to see what that was. I didn't know what it was. And apparently, it's gone through some changes since the term originally came out. But initially, it was this idea of empowering women who are sort of swimming upstream, in a river of misogyny and masculinity. That women who are kind of breaking new ground, but also, self-sufficient, but female. They're not trying to fit in a man's world. They're remaking the world to be, men and women. Da, 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 da. And I read a little bit that apparently it's kind of become somewhat of, some people look at it as a negative term, that a woman sells out or something. I'm not too sure what the latter part of it, but I found it very empowering that here this young lady is looking to me and giving me some sort of cred, or comment on my credibility, number one, of being, being a woman to begin with, but also being someone who might be a coach or a mentor or something in the business world, an office world, but as a female, and it's like, it kind of was like blows my mind, and whether, I don't know if she thinks I'm trans. I don't know. I don't know. But, it really, again, kind of sunk in. It was like, oh my gosh. Um, I would have never have thought. Excuse me. I mean, this is deep. So much of our early struggles when we transition is trying to fit in and trying to fit other people's expectations of what being a woman is, or it's like we're, maybe this only applies if you transition on the job. You're in one role, and if you maintain that job and with the same people, and you move into another role, it comes with its own set of challenges. And in my instance, in this instance, I transitioned while it was the same company, and definitely, I had a good 4 years after I transitioned to be in the same office with the same people and be treated differently. And there had been enough of a turnaround that, people there, the people had changed. I stayed in the same position, and maybe my boss was the same, but there were other people that had come along, just natural attrition. But then I had the year of being unemployed, and luckily I ended up, back at my company, but in another building, in another department, in another team. I mean, two mutually exclusive groups that do not intersect. And so, and that was, I think, my 5th year of transitioning, after I transitioned. And so, excuse me, there is no past there. I'm not bringing baggage with me, in there. And someone had reached out to our group, our network resource group. They're looking for someone to, I think, either write a write-up for LinkedIn, or there's something to do with LinkedIn, where they wanted someone who transitioned on the job, and I said I would do it. So, my story may be public knowledge. But, again, it's just, it made me think today just about how I'm very appreciative of where I'm at. And there was definitely a lot of doubt initially. This will never work. You shouldn't do this. Da, 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 da. And, just say, fuck it. I'm going to try it. But anyway, so 2 good stories from today. But yeah, I definitely feel like I'm lucky that I'm not becoming an old man. I definitely am becoming an old woman. I won't go into the biologicals. I did want to share something, though. I mentioned this in the other video. Oops. You see that? But this is it's a tube. And this is like a straw that goes, a piston. It's got a solid end to it. Goes in the tube, right? And what you do is you put your progesterone, or whatever. For me, it's progesterone. But you pull it back a little bit. It's got like a plastic thing, so, oh, wait a minute, the wrong end. Dummy. It doesn't matter. You couldn't tell, could you? Okay, there we go. Okay, see, now it stops. but it creates this little hole at the end, and you put your little progesterone in there, and then you put a little bit of I use generic Vaseline to give it some lube at the end, and then you put it where it needs to go and push the little thing, and boop, out goes the progesterone, and you pull this back out. And I've had it twice, and then you clean it. Obviously you can take it apart, wash it in soap and water, get Q-tip in there, get all the poop out, and sterilize it, I guess, if you wanted to. You probably should. I'm not licking it or anything, but anyway, but yeah, I think that's really helped get the progesterone where it needs to go, because what was happening was I was using my finger and it just wasn't getting deep enough, and while I would be sleeping, I'd be like a chicken. I'd lay the little white egg, and you'd be like, well shit, I wasted progesterone. And I think getting it further up there, if as it goes down, it'll fall apart, and then it spreads and get in your bloodstream, right? You're smart. You know what I'm talking about. But what's the brand name? This is. It's called Sephure. 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 And I don't know if the camera will pick this up or not. There we go. They are suppository vaginal applicators, disposable vagina applicators for use with vinyl suppository capsules, medication not included. Use only as directed. Consult your doctor. Offer not valid in Kentucky, New Mexico, and then wherever. But no, it was like you get 6 of these, and I think it was like $4 or $5. Obviously, I'm going to wash them off and reuse them because I'm thrifty. Scout is thrifty. But anyway, so on that note, I will sign off for the night. I wish you the best of luck. I can't think of anything else that's going on. Pop culture wise, the war in Ukraine's still going on, but Russia's changing its tune a little bit, saying, oh, we never meant to invade the country, we just want this little peace, which is fine because then it's an off-ramp and they can stop the war, and hopefully diplomacy will kick them out of whatever they took. This last week we had latest Supreme Court Justice candidate did a wonderful job, and the Republicans that grilled her were just atrocious, and one of them said, can you tell me what your definition of a woman is? Transphobia. And yesterday, there were 4 states that passed anti-trans legislation. So, I mean, we still got a fight going on, and hopefully we'll continue. And kind of like I've said before, I think we just need more voters. We need the kids like my daughter on the cusp of voting to get out there and vote, and just it's just going to take some time. All right, till next time, good luck to you in your journey. Good luck in your becoming your authentic self as you define it.